Hey guys, it's Dan, and I finished this the other day, which is Patience of a Dead Man, Book 2, Dead Woman Scorned by Mike Clark. If you have not already seen my review for Book 1, please go check out in my videos. It's under book reviews and under horror. So that way you can, I might link it anyways down below for those who, and I'm going to try to do this so I'm not spoiling anything from book 1. So that way, you're not going to be spoiled by this or for book 1, and you can, kind of get a gist of whether you're going to be interested in this book or not. I wanted to take at least a half a day or a day to kind of process what I had read, and I wanted to review this like right away, but I was like, I should probably really think about what I had just read before I go and just fly off the handle and film a review. But I do think that the shorter chapters really helped with the pacing and helped me get through this much faster than book 1. But on the same note, even though book 1 was kind of a slow burn, like I felt like I got something more out of book 1's story. And I had a few issues with this, but we'll get into that. I'm going to go over to the pluses and minuses and all that. But anyways, I do love the fact that this does go into the background of the one ghost from book 1, and it's a different trope because it goes into witchcraft or dark black magic, and we kind of get a little bit more into her history, which kind of flows like a timeline almost. And I kind of wish that the author would have gave a little more background because that was such a short portion of the book. And when I started reading this and learned that that's what was going to happen, I was kind of expecting more meat, like more of that story, but it just didn't pan out that way. But like I said, it kind of flows with like a timeline of events. And one of my issues I had with that was there was a timeline event that happened much later in the story, in the book, and it kind of felt to me like it was like an, oh shit, I forgot to mention this, or maybe it was intentional and that was the author's way of transitioning from the background history to the contemporary, modern, present-day aspect of the story. I'm not really sure, but like it felt out of place for me the way that timeline event, which was so kind of key in book 1, like fell into place in book 2. But like I said, I really enjoyed the witchcraft aspect. We get like a more sinister feeling for this ghost. Like it's not just a ghost, but it's someone who knows magic and knows witchcraft and makes it that much more scary. I do have to say, I really enjoyed the character development of some characters, and there's like a new character that's introduced near the end, which, the way this ended, I was a bit confused, but I'm hoping that's going to be like explained in book 3, and I'm sure Mike has a reason for why he introduced that character. But I really loved the way the character was kind of fleshed out, and the character development for that character was really kind of interesting, and I did enjoy learning about this character, but I was still a bit confused as to what role they're going to play in the overall story. Another thing that I noticed that I didn't really mention in my book 1 review was the whole patience theme is carried on into book 2. Like the main magic user from the first third of the book is having difficulty learning, patience. And it's kind of like, the author emphasizes that dead people don't really, patience is not an issue for them because they have a life, they don't die, you know what I mean. They have a long time, like time flies for them, literally. But yeah, I really did enjoy this, but like, with the things that I mentioned, like the one the event that seemed out of place, that it didn't fit into the timeline, and the way it ended kind of confused me. So I think that's why I decided to give this a 4 out of 5 star rating. It's still really, really great book. You guys should check it out. I really did. It does have that haunted house aspect to it, even though it does go over the first third to half of it is about witchcraft, but it still centers around the haunting of that house from book one. Not so much about the whole idea of revenge, which I think Mike's going to get to in book 3, I'm hoping. I'm not sure what's going to happen in book 3. Maybe everything will kind of wrap up, I'm hoping, in book 3. We'll have to check that out and find out. But yeah, I do recommend reading this. Like, it didn't feel as strong for me as book 1, but it was still really enjoyable. Like I said, the pacing with the shorter chapters did help me plow through this that much faster. So yeah, it is worth checking out. I think it's a great debut series for him. He's really making himself known and getting out there in the indie horror community. He's a up-and-coming author, and I think he's someone you guys really should check out. I mean, when it comes to indies, it's called kind of iffy as to whether stuff's going to be good or not, but, you know, this is where it's at. This is worth checking out. If I did not mention it already, I gave this a 4 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. Great follow-up to Patience of a Dead Man, Book 1. So, of course, for U.S. residents, I will have a link down below. I will also include the author's website if you are outside the U.S. and want to pick up a copy of this for yourselves. I think Kindle copies are available for the rest of the people in the world, but, you know, I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that Mike did say that, you know, people from other countries can pick up Kindle copies. You can go ahead and check out his website. I don't know how long it's going to be up there, but he does have chapters for Book 3. He might have taken them down by now because I think Book 3 is going to be published very soon. I will also provide a coffee link down below if you guys don't mind throwing in a buck or two to help, you know, support my channel. And if you came here looking for book reviews, book recommendations, please hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, hit that notification bell so you're well aware of when I upload again. Thank you for watching. Until next time, later.